Sony unveiled the PlayStation 5. That's all you need to know. Today is the day that many people have been waiting for. Sony has pulled back the curtains on the PlayStation 5, and well, let's just take a look right at it. And so there you go. There is the PlayStation 5 family of accessories. Sony is donning the white coloring. Very clearly, you would expect a black version at some point, but at least out of the gate, Sony is going to be rocking that white aesthetic across all of the controllers, the headsets, the functionalities. Everything is going to be clad in white. Now, if you look at the console itself, let's take a little bit closer look here. You can see it looks like we got some LEDs up top. So we got Microsoft with the green, and we got Sony with the blue, and we've got some little just accent shades here and there. I don't know for certain that they are actually LEDs, but who knows? They very much appear to be that way. All that being said, here's the big takeaway. If you look at these two consoles on the left, you notice there's two consoles. Sony is actually going with a 2 SKU setup. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between the SKU? Are they doing an Anaconda Lockhart thing like the Xbox? Nope, at least that's not what we're hearing yet. What Sony is talking about here is, if you look at it this way, they are going to have an all-digital edition, and they are also going to have a more classic PlayStation 5. Now, I wonder where they got that idea for having an all-digital edition. Now, realistically, I know Microsoft did it first, but this isn't a big stretch. Getting rid of the DVD drive or the Blu-ray drive, nobody's surprised by that. But Sony is very clearly going to be going with a 2 SKU setup, so there will be a price difference. We don't know the price. That is the big thing that Sony did not talk about today. Now, what did they talk about today? They talked about a lot of games, some GTA, some Gran Turismo is going to be coming back, Ratchet and Clank, a whole bunch of good stuff was shown off. If you're a fan of gaming, you should just go watch it. I can talk about gamings, but it's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is to take a look at the console, and you can just see it there. I personally think it looks pretty good. Now, obviously, we have that in contrast to what Microsoft is doing, where they have basically a rectangle for maximum airflow and cooling, as they call it, but Sony very much went with a more elegant design, and I am assuming that you can put this thing on its side, because I'm sure Sony knows you're going to be shoving this thing in an AV console, and you're going to need to be able to turn it on its side, so I would assume that you can do that as well. But it does look pretty nice. It almost looks like a building you might see, like a skyscraper you might see in like Dubai or something like that. It's got nice, elegant, rounded edges, not real sharp angles or anything else like that, and I don't really have an issue with it. I think it looks good. I think Sony's just taking a different path. Microsoft went utilitarian. Sony went flowing art design, and they each have their own audience, and I think they will both do fine. But realistically, this is our first look at the PlayStation 5 console. We still don't know all the specs. We don't know the exact date it's launching. We do know it's launching this year. We also know that it is going to be shipping more than likely in somewhat limited quantities. It might be a little bit harder, but that's pretty typical for a brand new console, and it's going to be coming the holiday season with some games, and there's your first look at the lineup. I'd be curious to know what you guys think. I am not blind. I know this is primarily more of an Xbox channel. That being said, we're all better when gaming is elevated across the board, and so I think this console looks honestly pretty good. I can't really say too many negative things about it. We know the specs roughly are not going to be quite up to par of the Series X. We know that Sony is putting a lot of marketing and talk into their SSDs, if you will, but it's a good-looking console, and Sony showed off a solid caliber of games today. And we don't know the pricing, we don't know the exact availability. We know that that information is coming. I think Microsoft was hoping that Sony was going to drop pricing, but hey, at least Sony dribbled out a little bit more. We now know what the console looks like, and so keep it locked here, folks. As always, when more gaming news like this drops, I will absolutely keep you updated, and that's all for this time.